Yo, what up guys, this is your boy Judai Yuki here, and we have another deck profile for you guys. This is going to be the Odd-Eyes Turbo deck profile. We already had deck profiles for the ace monsters of every single main character. We had Dark Magician, we had Neos, we had Stardust Dragon, we had Hope, and now we're going to have Odd-Eyes, so this should be fun. I just recently built this deck, I got to test it out, it's pretty good, pretty awesome. I'll get into the strengths and weaknesses later, because you know it is a pendulum deck, so it has its weaknesses, but it does obviously have its strengths because it's a pendulum deck. But yeah, we'll get into that. For now, this is going to be very focused obviously on Odd-Eyes Pendulum Dragon, trying to summon Odd-Eyes and as well as all of its forms from the main deck and the extra deck. So it's just focused on Odd-Eyes as best as possible. So yeah, we'll just get into that. We're going to start off with the very obvious, the ace monster, Odd-Eyes Pendulum Dragon. No need to explain anything there. We got Odd-Eyes Dragon. Like I said, I'm adding all forms of Odd-Eyes, even the first one before Pendulum came to be. We got Odd-Eyes Saber Dragon. Pretty cool, pretty awesome. Oh, come on, I need to focus. Good. We got Odd-Eyes Saber Dragon right there. Got Odd-Eyes Lancer Dragon, really powerful card, really amazing. He could summon itself if a pendulum monster you control is destroyed by a battle or card effect. You contribute a monster to special summon this card from your hand, and if this card attacks, your opponent can't activate anything. And then if an Odd-Eyes monster, if an Odd-Eyes card or a card you control will destroy a battle or card effect, you can destroy one Odd-Eyes card in your hand, monster zone, or pendulum zone instead. So he's protection for your Odd-Eyes monsters. You contribute something else off. Really powerful. I love him. He's pretty cool. Next, we have the other Odd-Eyes Pendulum monsters that aren't the dragons. We got Odd-Eyes Light Phoenix and Odd-Eyes Unicorn. Pretty cool. Scale 3, scale 8, so that's good. You're going to need that. We got Odd-Eyes Priest here. His effect wasn't really fully finished, but from what we could tell, it seems like he was able to. His effect said like, yo, you can special summon an Odd-Eyes Pendulum monster from your graveyard. So that's like how, like there was a missing spot, but like I basically filled in the spot. But it was obvious that it was targeting from the graveyard and whatnot for its pendulum effect. But yeah, so it just helps you bring back Odd-Eyes. Pretty great card, and it's a scale 1, so it's great. Next we got Odd-Eyes Synchron and Odd-Eyes Dissolver. Really powerful cards. This allows you to go into obviously your synchro plays. It's a pendulum tuner monster, and this allows you to fusion summon. Its pendulum effect is really great. It makes it so once per turn you can fusion summon any dragon fusion monster. It's just from your hand, using materials from your hand or field, which is great because Trump Witch, I believe, only does it from the field, I think. So yeah, yeah, really great cards, really powerful. And then the final Odd-Eyes Pendulum monster, we got Performapal Odd-Eyes Minotaur. Sorry if it's a little blurry, guys, but yeah, this basically makes it so if it's in the pendulum zone, all your freaking Odd-Eyes monsters, I think, pierce. Yeah, Odd-Eyes and Entermate monsters pierce. Yeah, so that's really deadly, really deadly. You can side that out if you guys want to try something else. I just wanted to try that card in there because I didn't get to, although I'm not very very iffy with the whole piercing thing. But yeah, we got Performapal Dagger Man. He's good. You need at least one warrior in the deck to go into Brave Eyes, so he's good, and he's a scale 2, and he has a pretty cool effect also. Got Time Gazer Magician. It's your scale 8, simple, straightforward. Next we have Creation Magician, Destruction Magician. I prefer to use those two names better than these. I don't even know how to say these names very well. But yeah, so these two, I didn't add Stargazer Magician because I wanted to try something else, but he's in the side deck, so you can just replace it for one of these other cards if you don't like that he's not in there. That's fine. I just wanted to try something else. Yeah, so these two are in there. You're gonna need that to go into your freaking Xyz Pendulum monsters. We got Entermate Goganato. He's fantastic. He prevents you. He pretty much negates a direct attack, makes the damage 0, I think. Yeah, you take no battle damage from a direct attack. He's good. He comes in handy. Yo, he's the only reason why I survived for so long because of that. We got Seashell Crab. We got Performapal Fireflux, Performapal Pal. Oh boy, I'm stuttering here. Hold on. Focus. Yeah, Coin Dragon here. He's really great. Once you have him on the field, all your freaking dragons gain 500 attack and they can't be destroyed by card effects. So just have him on the field. All your Odd-Eyes monsters are protected. And all your dragons in general. So pretty much all your Odd-Eyes and all your extra deck monsters are all protected by just this one card from card effects. And they all gain 500. He's really good. That's pretty freaking awesome. Next, I added this card in there, Entermate 5 Rainbow Magician. I don't really like this card, to be honest, in there. I love its design. It looks pretty cool. I love that it's a scale 12. It's a very strange monster. It has a very weird, quirky type of effect. Very gimmicky. I don't really like it. I added it in there, you know, for you guys because, you know, you guys probably want to see other of Yuya's cards that you don't get to see. So I added it in there for you guys. But to be honest, I would side this out for something better. For something in the side deck, or you know, that would be better. But it does have a nifty effect. I guess I'll quickly run through it. Its pendulum effect is you cannot pendulum summon except from the extra deck. So yeah, it's kind of a bit of a late game card, really. This effect cannot be negated. Each player applies one of the following effects, depending on how many set cards are in their spell and trap card zone. If you have 0, all monsters they control cannot attack and their effects are negated. So if you have no back row, you basically no set back row, you can't do anything really. And then if you have 4 or more back row, the attack of all monsters become double their original attack. So it's good, I guess. It's interesting. It can come in handy. It's just I don't know. Either player. Its monster effect is if either player sets a spell trap card on the field while this card is in your graveyard, except during the damage step, you could place this card in your pendulum zone. So he's a skill 12. He's useful, obviously, but very gimmicky. I would take him out for something that's better, honestly. But yeah, so those are all the pendulum monsters in the deck. Now we'll get into the regular effect monsters. There's not that many. We got Hip Hippo, you know, for tribute for Odd-Eyes and stuff. He's good, and he's in there for another combo. We got Bot-Eyes Lizard. This is great. You can send any Odd-Eyes monster from the deck to the graveyard, and it takes its name, which is good. Yeah, it takes its name until the end phase. So this is how you get Odd-Eyes Pendulum Dragon in the graveyard fast, then bring him back with Odd-Eyes Priest or Monster Reborn, blah 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 blah, or send Saber to the graveyard, or Lancer, bring it back with Monster Reborn, or you know, whatever. So you could do plays with him. He's really good, and you could use him for material because he takes his name and stuff. So yeah, that's Bot-Eyes. We got Entermate Longbone Bull. I wanted to try this card out. If this card is special summon, you can add a Entermate monster from your deck to your hand, except the Pendulum Monster. That's pretty much it. For this deck, like, I tried to focus more on cards that specifically work with Odd-Eyes, that have an effect that specifically has Odd-Eyes in its text, or a generic Pendulum monster. So I tried my best to avoid adding too much support that is just for Entermates, just because I wanted to try something different, and I wanted to really focus on Odd-Eyes is the ace of the deck. All its forms are the aces of the deck, and I wanted to focus on that, less on the Entermates and more on Odd-Eyes. It's kind of hard with Yuya's deck because there's not a lot of Odd-Eyes support. It's mostly Entermate, and he doesn't have a lot of search for Odd-Eyes, which is one of its weaknesses. But yeah, so we got Entermate, Tampier, Taper, whatever, Inflator, Tapir, pretty much just a hand trap, and another hand trap, Rain Goat, really good. I forgot what this does. Basically, if you would take damage, you could discard this card to the graveyard to take no damage, and then during either player's main phase, you can discard this card to target Entermate or Odd-Eyes, which is great, and it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects this turn. And this is just like, if you get attacked directly, you could banish it to negate the attack or avoid taking the damage, something like that. Yeah. So that is the monster lineup. That's all you really need to know about that. Then we got spells, Monster Reborn, obviously. We got Illusion Balloons, really great. Allows you to excavate the cards from your deck, so that way you could get cards that you need faster. We got Super Hippo Carnival, that's why I have Hip Hippo. This card is really great. If you don't really have anything, bam, summon Hip Hippo, summon 4 tokens. You have some defense, you have some tribute fodder, blah 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 blah. It's really good. I actually use this card every single time I dueled with this deck, and it came in handy every single time, and I drew it like in the first turn. Obviously that's not going to always happen, but I ended up drawing it first turn, and it's just great. Just a bunch of defense, tribute fodder, and all that. It's just great. Performapal recasting, once again for more draw power and cycling through your deck as fast as possible to get the cards, the combo pieces that you need to get this deck going. Then generic Pendulum support, we got Pendulum Storm and Amazing Pendulum, really good. Scale Up is an anime card. You could target one Pendulum monster in your Pendulum zone, and it increases its scale by 2 until the end of this turn. So if you got like a scale 8, you can make it a scale 10, or if you got maybe a scale 2 and a scale 6, and you really need that scale 8, bam, now it's a scale 8. So really handy. We got Pendulum Card Burst. Destroy 2 Pendulum monsters you control, draw 2 cards. It's pretty much the Pot of Greed. It's not as good as Pot of Greed, obviously, but yeah. We got Entermate Guard Dance. This has a really good effect, actually. I actually really liked it. I was surprised how good it is. It has a secondary effect, but you don't really use it. Its effect is, this turn, Entermate Performapal monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle, and you take no battle damage from battles involving them. And then it has a secondary effect, which is not really necessary. At the end of the battle phase, you can banish this card from the graveyard. Switch controls of all Entermate monsters you control that battle this turn with your opponent's monsters. So you could just swap the whole field around, which is an interesting effect, and there's a combo with that, but it's not for this deck. I added it for the first effect, so that way your Entermate monsters are not destroyed by battle and you take no damage. It's just defense that I use it for. Really good. We got spell card Odd-Eyes Advent, another anime card. It's simple. Normal summon 1 Odd-Eyes monster from your hand without tributing. So that's just fantastic. And it's any Odd-Eyes monster. So that means Saber Dragon, Lancer Dragon, Odd-Eyes Dragon, Odd-Eyes Pendulum Dragon. Just summon it. It says without tributing, so it's great. That's why I added it in there, and it's the only like real Odd-Eyes support that you can find for Yuya from the anime. We got the final spell card, Supreme King's Wing. It basically equips itself to any dragon type monster that was special summoned from the extra deck, which is literally the entire extra deck. This card and the equipped monster cannot be destroyed by card effects once per battle phase during either player's turn. If the equipped monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, inflict damage equals to the attack of the destroyed monster. So it's a Flame Wingman. And then if the equipped monster is destroyed by battle, you can destroy the monster that destroyed it, and if you do, inflict damage equal to the attack of the destroyed monster that it hit. So another Flame Wingman effect. And then you cannot normal special summon monsters, I guess, while this card is equipped. Yeah, so very powerful, obviously, just ridiculous. I haven't gotten to use it yet, but I could imagine it would be deadly. And finally, for the trap cards, we got Entermate Call, we got Entermate Pinch Helper, Wall of Disruption, really great card. Anime card called Performance. If a Pendulum monster or monsters you control is destroyed, place one of those Pendulum monsters in your Pendulum zone, and if you do, you take no damage this turn. So really great. And then the final trap card, Twin Big Shield. If a monster or monsters is special summoned to your opponent's field, activate this card by targeting one monster you control. It cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects twice per turn. When that monster leaves the field, destroy this card. Yeah, so really good, just defense, straightforward, straight to the point. But yeah, that's the main deck for you guys. Let's get into the extra deck real quick. My battery's about to die right now, so I only got like 6 minutes. We got Odd-Eyes Pendulum Dragon, self-explanatory. We got Beast-Eyes Pendulum Dragon. We got Brave-Eyes Pendulum Dragon, which is really great. We got Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. This is the alternate art. And then we got Odd-Eyes Venom Dragon, which is really great. Yeah, so that's that. For the Xyz, we got Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. We got Odd-Eyes Rebellion Dragon, and then we got Odd-Eyes Raging Dragon. Really powerful. They're both good in different situations. And then for the Synchro Monsters, it's very simple. He only has two. Well, yeah. So it's Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. This is the alternate art. And this is Odd-Eyes Wing Dragon. It's not a real card yet. Well, it hasn't come out in the TCG, but it is a real card in the Japanese. But yeah, we don't have it yet, obviously. I didn't add Nirvana High Paladin or Enlightenment Paladin because, like I said, this is an Odd-Eyes deck. I wanted to focus specifically on Odd-Eyes Pendulum Dragon. So yeah, that's pretty much the deck. Side deck real quick. I'm not gonna. There's a lot of cards here. I'm not gonna get into all of them. So the list will be below, so you guys can get through it. I'm not trying to rush, but it's actually a lot of cards. My throat hurts. I'm really sick, so I don't want to go through it forever. My throat's already hurting. I just finished recording the Yuma deck profile too, so I'm already like really tired. Anyway, so yeah, sorry. Stargazer Magician, Pendulum Sorcerer. You should add that card in there anyway. Bubble Bow Wow. We got Lizard Draw. We got Splash Mammoth. We got, however you spell that, Change Giraffe, Trampolix, Drumarilla, Wimwitch, Silverclaw, Gamu Multon, Gui Turtle, Tuning Magician, Second Donkey, the spell card, Catastrophe Draw, Catastrophe Draw, the Trap card, Entermate Curtain Call, Counterattack Entermate, Breakaway, Entermate Revival, and then the three cards, Odd-Eyes Synchro, Xyz, and Fusion Gate. I did not want to add these cards in the deck because, to be honest, they're not very good cards. Just being real with you guys. These are late game cards, so if you already have everything set up in your graveyard and an extra deck, go into these cards. Then you could summon the extra deck much faster. But early game, these cards are absolutely garbage. They just stay in your hand and do nothing and take up space. So I just put these in the side deck because that's where they belong, honestly. They're not that good. They're only good late game. So I don't like being in a situation where they're literally doing nothing. But yeah. So that's the deck profile for you guys. But yeah, anyway guys, that's the deck profile for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Real quick, the strengths and the weaknesses of this deck. The strengths are, it's a very powerful deck. Once you have everything set up and have everything going, you could really just, really go hard with all the dragons. It just really ends stuff. You have the dimensional dragons in there, just Rebellion's powerful, Clear Wing's powerful, Star Venom's powerful. And then, once you start, combining it with Odd-Eyes and stuff, it's very powerful. Once you get it off, it takes a while to set up. That's one of its weaknesses, obviously, but that's Yuya's deck in general. It's just a pendulum deck. You got to get the scales right, you got to draw the right cards and this and that. So setting up is usually the biggest problem with the deck. So, sometimes it can be difficult to set up, but once you get it going, it's just unstoppable. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This deck is really fun. I tried it out myself. It's really great. I just got to make a couple tweaks with it in the side deck, and that's it. But other than that, I really do enjoy it, and I recommend you guys try it out, see how you guys feel. You can swap cards in and out if you want. If you don't like a certain card that's in there or whatever, you can swap it out. You don't have to follow my exact build, but this is how I built it. This is how I wanted to try it. And you guys could feel free to try however you guys like. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching. Thank you guys for everything. I cannot thank you guys enough. God bless you guys. See you guys in the next one. Gotcha.